good, people? We're here at Base in Diamond Bar, California. This is my man Nick. We're just here to talk about the store, a little quick interview, talk about everything inside the store, where it started, this and that, and go from there.
Good stuff. Alright, so for Bait here, I mean, if you don't know about it, we're mostly like a clothing and sneaker retailer. We also do focus a lot on these like clothes and stuff. But we started out about 5 years ago now, right here in Diamond Bar. This is the first location. We do mainly focus on like sneakers and stuff, as you know, like Jordans are hot stuff right now. So like we carry like everything like limited, anything that people want is mainly what we get. So we drive a lot based off like hype. Not really like hype stuff, but you know, people that come in, they know what they want. I mean, you know, Reeboks were a thing that you would wear like if you couldn't afford no Nikes.
Yeah.
That was like back then. I mean, I'm not that old, but like back then, like I wanted Jordans like ever since. I don't know. I was just trying to be like the other kids wanted to be cool. But like, so I had to go to Payless to get Reeboks, but yeah. Reebok, Fila's, there's like a small brand called Lotto coming back. Like that's like 80s shit. Like I didn't even know. I wasn't even born. But like, there's really a rise in like the retro revival of like classic silhouettes because that's what people want. Like, I mean, obviously like the newer kind of stuff, like stuff like this futuristic type stuff is hot too. But everybody always goes back to the classics just because they've been tried and true, and you know what you're getting.
True. What would you say like the influence behind Bait was like culture-wise?
I mean, for us, there was like they felt like there was a big niche, because like, there's always like sneaker stores, there's always like streetwear stores, but the main thing, we also get like all the collectibles, like our boy here, but that was trying to feel like, collectibles have been a thing in that culture for a long time, so that's where that kind of branched from, to try to combine all that, but then it evolved to, we carry all these other things because that's what the culture wants. It's mainly focusing like, it's weird to say, but kids are the influencers right now, where it's like, you know, high school kids that have tons of money that they can just flex on Instagram. So it's like, whatever they're trying to go for is ultimately what we're trying to go for, just because that's honestly where the money's at. But we don't stray from like our values either. We're not going to carry a brand that's like straight whack. But like, we carry, you know, Stussy is always independent. I mean, they kind of sold out, but they still hold true to what they are. They're like a skate brand. So like, that's what they do. But for the most part, it's just trends are ever changing, and young people are the influencers right now, for sure.
Do you feel like they can grow even more beyond the locations that are already set?
Oh, absolutely. We actually have one in the works right now. We're doing Hawaii soon. I don't know if we're trying to stay West Coast, because I mean,
that's where it started pretty much.
Yeah, that's our main. We draw a lot of influences from West Coast culture.
True.
But for the most part, we're definitely expanding, because we're always doing something new. Like, we're doing Complex Con soon, bringing a bunch of new stuff. As always, there's just like, it's always a growth. We just worked with Adidas really recently, which is a big thing for us. Thanks, appreciate that. But yeah, it's mostly just like getting the perception in people's heads that like Bait is a name to remember. That's the main thing, and we've been successful in that. We're just trying to keep that going.
What's up? I'm Carrie from the Zenith class. This is Nick from Bait. This is Zenith Friends, and we're just going to talk a little bit about the toys we have here and everything that's going on. So, can you tell us about some of the companies that you have toys from?
Definitely. So mostly, I guess for sale, if you're coming in to buy stuff, like mainly the thing that we focus on is Medicom. So Medicom is a company out of Japan. Most people don't know about it unless you're really into it, but they're primarily the biggest toy company in Japan right now. They do tons of stuff, but
they do all of the little teddy bears.
Definitely. That's like there's certain artists that I like. So Medicom works a lot with certain artists. Like this one right here is the Atmos and Staple collab. So if you know about sneakers, like you know Staple Design, they've done the legendary pigeon buns that I'll have one day maybe. But Atmos too is another Japanese sneaker company. So they work with a lot of brands out of Japan and outside. So that's one that really resonates with me, and especially like any of the art kind of ones, like the flower kind of one here. I'm gonna look like an ass, but I forget the designer name. But anyway, it's still dope. So it doesn't matter. But so they really try to bring in different influences, like mostly sneaker culture and like anything else. So like all the way in the back, you probably can't see it, but there's like they did stuff for the Lunar New Year and everything. But that's the main thing with Medicom. They're a toy company, but they're a toy company for collectors. So it's like they don't really produce something for like, you know, your niece or something like that. But
Produce something to collect.
yeah.
Something that's unique, and like I can tell like each of these like definitely all unique in their
Oh
own
yeah.
way.
Put on your coffee table, people can ask what it is, knock it over, and then you'll be mad.
So then you want to show us the cause and then the Banksy as well?
The Banksy stuff, yeah. So like these two sculptures here, the ceramic kind of ones here in the front with like the atom bomb, and then the one in the back with the flowers.
Yeah.
Got to yonk it over. But like Metacom did those too, so they work with like prolific artists all the time. Banksy, they actually were able to get them to license something, which is insane. And it's made of ceramic, so $800 to have it break. But speaking of prolific artists, you know, the boy Cause too. Like he just dropped stuff today. Like got my money too. But so we work a lot with trying to get stuff of his because like, you know, he doesn't really work with artists or like companies like that much. But our owner's a big collector, so we have all the new open edition stuff. These up here, like you can't get those.
Yeah.
Like the big boys are 10 grand at least.
10 grand?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So the new one that dropped today, are you planning on getting it for the store?
We're gonna get some here for sure,
Yeah.
but I'm waiting for my personal.
Your personal? Okay, so.
That's going on my limited shelf space. But anyway.
Tell us about some of these brands and some of these legends that you have in here.
So yeah, so we don't just focus on Metacom. I mean, Japanese heavyweights there, but we do focus on a lot of other stuff. I mean, going right into other Japanese stuff, our owner's a big One Piece fan, if you watch that. So like he got a ton of that. He's also a big Bruce Lee fan, so we do a lot of stuff with them. We worked with that company a bunch. We've done Bruce Lee shoes, we've done Bruce Lee bracelets, doing more Bruce Lee stuff eventually, but that's another one we work with a lot. We move over here. We're also big on like pop culture kind of stuff that everybody kind of likes, so like the Batman, basketball. So I mean, I'm gonna be up front and be 100. I don't watch basketball, but
that's okay.
I mean, I understand, like my boy here does, but yeah. So we do a lot of stuff like that. So we work with Interbay to have these a lot. We get these directly sent, usually early too, so we get people in here for that. Avengers, Batman, everybody loves Batman. I got a mask there, you can wear it. It's kind of dingy though. So everything under the sun essentially that you can think of that's pop culture we carry.
Yeah, you guys carry.
These are hot toys down here. These are ultra detailed, like to the point where you don't even want it. You can see like their beard and their like sweat and stuff. But it gets crazy, man. There's collectors for anything that you want, and we got it.
Okay, so we're upstairs now. We have more stuff to look at, and tell us about all these awesome toys you have.
Toys, big focus. We got the big boy here, Tony Stark. In the flesh, he's only a cool $7 grand, so he's
only
a little cheap, you know. You can come in, cop him if you need him, but so like again, we focus a lot on like the pop culture kind of stuff. Again, that moves into our clothing too. So we work with these companies and we also use them to have our own apparel. So like we work with Astro Boy a lot, have stuff like that. We work with Street Fighter. We work with pretty much anything that is relevant to our pop culture, but doesn't stray away from our values.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. We have tons of stuff that we license. Like we got Naruto for the weaves and stuff. But yeah, so even we got big Tony the Tiger back here.
Yeah.
Another Ron English piece that we have in here.
And then, is this the only fat one that you have, or you guys have some more downstairs, huh?
We have some more. So he does a whole series like these called the Serial Killers. So there's Tony the Tiger, there's Two Ton Sam.
2 Ton Sam.
And Smack, Crack, and Pop for the Snap, Crackle, Pop, whatever that is.
Yeah, the Rice Krispies?
Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? My name is Bernard Esfo. I'm from the Zenith class, and we bring to you Zenith Friends. I got my boy Nick out here. Nick has been very, very hospitable throughout this whole thing. Nick has been talking a lot about the shoes, the toys, the t-shirt collabos, and these massive toys on both sides. Just want to ask a little bit about the collaborations with the big names, the big companies, the small name, you know, the small artists and stuff like that. So can we get a little bit of how that works out?
So like how we go about those collaborations?
Yeah.
So it's mostly we approach a lot of companies. At the beginning, it was mostly like smaller companies because, you know, starting out like not able to really get that name out. But now we go directly. So anything that we have is officially licensed. So we go through like actual Universal. We go through Medicom, we go through like straight to the source to be able to get everything done. Like even with the shoes, like we work directly with Adidas to design them. We work directly with Reebok, with Nike. Well, not Nike yet.
Ooh, no, not yet, not yet.
Yeah, anything like that. So it's a really organic process because it's like nothing that we don't feel is going to work with the store we're not going to do.
Now, to what extent has Bait grown so far for you guys to be able to do like a direct collaboration like that? Usually, you know, it's very hard. Like Undefeated had to boost his, you know, the hype up till they got there. You guys already you guys have done so much more than, you know, what I would, at least from the culture that, you know, you have Capcom over there, man. That was back in the day, you know, like that was our childhood. It is gonna be legendary, way more when we get older. So it's like, how do you guys get to be in that kind of atmosphere with people like that, and how are you guys getting these opportunities and stuff?
It's mostly just like people recognizing in those companies like what we do is I really think it has to do with that organic thing. So it's like they know that we're not really just trying to profit off it. Like we really care about this stuff. Like we played Street Fighter when we were kids. So it's like we really want to be able to like honor their legacy, but also create something new for people to have. So mostly it's just kind of like, I don't know, we've been lucky, I guess.
Yeah, man, very. I appreciate that. So in terms of, you know, tell me a little bit about these small brands, like these, how do you go about it as an artist? Because I know some of our audience are going to be watching, they would, you know, some talents out there, you never know how far it will take them. They just want to know how can they be in that kind of realm with all these dope artists that we have here.
It's really just like staying true, because I mean, like, because we have that trend-based like culture, I guess, right now, where it's like people just moving quick to be on the next wave. It's like you really gotta establish yourself as your own. Like you can't really just follow that, because then you're just gonna be grouped into all those other brands. Like okay, like oh, I also make pants with long drawstrings.
The white, I feel it. Everybody's on that.
I like Fear of God too. It's like it's really it's hard. It's really hard because it's like, if you have an idea, you just got to really pursue that. You got to really be true to yourself, make products that you really resonate with, and people recognize that. And that's when people want to work with you.
So I have a question. Most of the time we kind of see, like, you know, do you think fashion is like old school fashion is being brought back in, or do you think it's more we're moving forward? Are we moving past what has already been done, or do you think we're trying to advance, that we're modifying it? What would you think?
I personally think it goes in waves. So like within like this past year, we've seen like, you know, like the NMD and Ultra Boost kind of wave. So that's definitely new school. That's new tech. So that was a massive wave. But now we're going back, like, you know, Polo just did a legendary collection. And then
Tommy Hilfiger's coming back. Like all of them are coming back.
Guess is dropping tons of fire. So it's like it goes in waves.
Nautica is coming back. Even Nautica, bro.
No, like sailing teams. I mean, it's all intertwined. So it's like they need to really like not compromise what the classics have done. That's why they stay in style. Like everybody's gonna want like a wool stadium jacket. Everybody's gonna want a leather jacket because it's timeless. But then you really want to be able to be part of that new influence. So it's like I really think it's in waves. Right now we're definitely in that old school vibe, like 90s, 80s even. But
we're 90s baby, so we sell it.
It goes in waves.
So that's all we have for you guys here from Zenith and Friends. It was a very beautiful and a great honor for you guys to welcome us here. Shout out to Bait. You guys are located where?
This is the Diamond Bar. We got locations everywhere though, on the West Coast only, so don't even bother over there.
If you guys are close to Cal Poly Pomona, it's on Golden Spring, and it's just Golden Springs all the way past Pioneer. That's where you can locate them. They got some crazy culture out here. I got a chance to look at it. And shout out to my team. Can you guys please come? Yeah. We have Mr. Larkin here, the Swag King Kong. We got Perry out here, the artist. Shout out to you guys, and we'll see you guys next time on Zenith Friends.
Appreciate y'all having us.